This is Tom Dillon, the Lifetime Liberal, and today is Wednesday, October 4th, 2017. The title of this rant is, Will National Gun Safety Legislation Ever Be Passed? Big question. So let's just say for about the last 20 years or so, the vast majority of the American people, by majority I'm meaning 60 to 65% and above, have strongly supported gun safety legislation. It doesn't make any difference how you word it, that has been it. And what has been the big obstacle to having national gun safety legislation? It has been always the Republican Party. Always the Republican Party. The Republicans are against gun safety legislation. The Democrats are for it. All right? The GOP has been doing the bidding of the National Rifle Association for a long time. Now remember, the National Rifle Association has had a 30 to 40 year jump start on this, in the sense that they defined the debate in terms of in terms of the term gun control. And by gun control, they meant gun regulation. They meant gun restrictions. And that's how they've framed it ever since. The debate must always be about gun safety legislation. And remember, the NRA knows how to rile up their base really good. Because remember when Obama came in, they were screaming and yelling, he's going to take away your guns. And of course, gun sales shot up all through this administration, because all they had to say was, this is going to happen, this is going to happen, and then all your guns are going to go away, and everyone bought more guns. Since the new president has come into town, actually gun sales had decreased because people felt comfortable with their Second Amendment rights, that no one was going to take away their guns. But now after Las Vegas, they said that gun stocks have gone up because investors believe that more people will go running and buying guns because they think that there might be gun safety legislation passed. But we must remember that the National Rifle Association is actually much weaker than people think. And the reason why I say that is that there have been a number of organizations, I'll just mention two here, Mom's Demand and Everytown, that have risen up since the Sandy Hook massacre 6 or 7 years ago. And what they have been able to do on the state level has been very good. And it must be brought to the national level now. So as an example, 7 states have enacted legislation that you must have a background check. 24 states have enacted legislation that basically says that if you are a domestic abuser, then your guns need to be taken away. Now, I wish to point out one thing, that if you're a woman and you live in a house with a man who's either your boyfriend or your spouse, and there's a gun in there, then your chances of dying by someone other than yourself killing you just go up dramatically, unbelievably dramatically. And also, those organizations have killed legislation that was sought to allow guns on college campuses, guns in grade schools, middle schools, high schools, guns in preschools. I can't imagine why that would be necessary. But, they've killed legislation to do that. And that, again, is the GOP just doing the bidding of the National Rifle Association. We've also had a number of national companies, Target, Starbucks, Levi Strauss, what was the other one, Trader Joe's, who basically have said they want to prohibit open carry. So what we know is that gun safety legislation can be enacted on the national level. It has been done on the state level. We know that the Republicans are doing the bidding of the NRA, and all gun safety legislation that has been stopped in its tracks is due 100% to the Republicans. This must be the overriding political issue of the 2018 elections. And that would mean that every single Democrat running against every single Republican needs to put front and center in all their ads the amount of money that has been taken by by Republicans by the NRA. And I would like to see the Southern Poverty Law Center declare the NRA a terrorist organization, because basically that's what they are. And of course, if you want to just surmise from that the people who support them in their work in terms of the Republicans, yes, they are, because they're allowing this type of slaughter that is happening. Because remember, in Sandy Hook, when those 20-some children were slaughtered, let's just remember that term, is that there weren't any ambulances there to take anyone to the hospital, because the weapons just tore them completely apart. They were dead before they even hit the ground, so to speak, and their body parts went all over the place. This is how the national debate on gun safety legislation needs to be discussed from now on.